Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes, tamu sana. An angry President Uhuru Kenyatta literally chases everybody out of Statehouse. Everybody. Yes, that's our discussion today, right now. And in case you've bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, tap on the subscription button and also on the notification bell in order to receive a notification anytime we upload a new video. I also kindly request you to give this video a like. Back to our discussion, ladies and gentlemen. If you read at today's Standard newspaper, it captures a story of exactly what happened yesterday at Statehouse upon the president realizing that Jubilee party had lost all the 3 by-elections that were conducted about 2 days ago. The Standard captures a story of an angry President Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta chasing everybody out of Statehouse and telling them to go home. And also the Standard magazine, or rather newspaper, captures a story that immediately the results were out, the president first called David Muradhi. The first person, immediately the results were out, he called David Muradhi and gave Muradhi some tongue lashing. That just shows you, or rather tells you, who David Muradhi holds in Uhuru's political inner circles. That should anything go wrong in Jubilee, the first person Uhuru Kenyatta will reach out to is none other than David Muradhi. We have been talking that here in this YouTube channel. Yes, my lighting is not good anyway. So, ladies and gentlemen, I want us to look into details as to why Jubilee Party, the president's party, lost in all the 3 by-elections that were done about 2 days ago. And before we dwell into that, let me just bring some wisdom from a political analyst called Professor Herman Manyora. You know, Professor Herman Manyora and Mutai Ngunyi are currently the top political analysts we have in this country. Yesterday, Professor Herman Manyora insinuated to something I've been talking about in this YouTube channel. Professor Herman Manyora insinuated that the people who messed the president are most likely the diplomatic wing of the deep state, the Harambe boys. In this YouTube channel, I've been saying that if you look at the deep state currently, there seems to be 2 components. One component comes out as more diplomatic, And then there is also a component that is coming out to be more political, the political wing of the deep state. And anytime the diplomatic wing of the deep state engages in politics, they always find it wrong. Things always go bad, as opposed to the political wing. The diplomatic wing, we have the Matiangis, Karanja Kibijus, Joseph Kinywas, those ones makes the diplomatic wing. The political wing, these are the president's personal friends. Those who knew the president even before he became the president. They know the other side of the president. In fact, some of them have even been members of parliament. They have contested for elective seats. So they always know, they can always predict accurately what might be happening on the ground. We have the David Muradhis, minor commanders. Those are the political wing of the deep state. And I've been saying here categorically clear, ladies and gentlemen, that anytime the diplomatic wing engages in politics, they always get it wrong. So the diplomatic wing messed the president very badly in Bonchari, Juja, and also in Ruri Ward. Just to start from maybe Bonchari constituency. The kind of humiliation and intimidation that was meted on the people there could not allow them just to vote for the government's candidate. People there were really intimidated. And ODM party yesterday came out clearly, and even Raila himself yesterday came out clearly and aired his grievances. Oimeke's father-in-law, a day to the election, was arrested. All ODM agents and all ODM officials were all blocked. They never accessed Bonchari on that day. Most of them were blocked, and they had to operate outside Bonchari constituency. Only some few were left. But all the strategic ODM officials, they were blocked. That was the kind of intimidation that the diplomatic wing of the deep state meted on the people on that day. So the people there might have voted for those who were rivaling the government's candidate just for sympathy. And that's how maybe ODM's candidate won. And to add on to that, ODM party is the most popular party in Gusiland currently. So in Bonchari, ODM party was the most popular, and then ODM party also identified the most popular candidate. That's how Oimeke won. So Jubilee's chances of winning that seat was almost slim. And also Murathe also insinuated through today's Standard newspaper that Bonchari is an ODM stronghold. Murathe has insinuated that. And also Murathe is trying to blame the security forces for the kind of excess force they deployed there. In other words, David Murathe is trying to pass the blame, or rather is trying to indirectly attack Matiang'i and the Karanja Kibichus, something Raila insinuated yesterday. So that's Bonchari. Then let's now go to Juja. In Juja constituency, ladies and gentlemen, that seat was for Jubilee to take in Juja constituency. But how they picked their candidate and how they conducted their candidate and how they conducted the campaigns led to Jubilee party being given a humiliating defeat. Just to start with, Koimburi was a man who was already a brand. He was already a brand in Juja constituency. Even when the late member of parliament was still the MP, Koimburi was a known person, or rather a known personality in that constituency. So Jubilee party overlooked Koimburi and gave the ticket to Esther Waititu. They never considered actually what was happening on the ground or what the people on the ground were saying. They sidestepped that and they paid dearly. And then also during their campaigns, ladies and gentlemen, the kind of strategy Jubilee was trying to apply there was very wrong. Towards the end of the campaigns, they brought in William Kabogo. And that spoiled everything. Everything. William Kabogo is not a very popular figure there, going by the last election that was done in Kiambu County. The people there rejected Kabogo to the last person. In fact, Kabogo might have just messed up everything for Madam Waititu. Kabogo's campaign style is one of arrogance. It's one of arrogance and a lot of, he doesn't know how to bargain properly with the people with humility. He comes out very arrogantly and a lot of bravado, which the people might not really want. The people want somebody who will persuade them with humility. Kabogo went there with a lot of arrogance, and instead of even campaigning for the Jubilee candidate, he was campaigning for himself, for his 2022 presidential bid. He declared that he was to contest for the presidency during that time of campaigns there. The people wanted a member of parliament, not a president in 2022. Kabogo messed up the campaigns, ladies and gentlemen. And also, the kind of intimidation that the government meted on Koimburi, or rather on Moses Kuria's candidate and also on himself, must have endeared the people to Moses Kuria's candidate. Moses Kuria was arrested during that time. Koimburi was even kidnapped. He couldn't be traced. So all this played to the advantage of Koimburi. They just gave him the sympathy votes, ladies and gentlemen. And then in Ruri Ward, it was the same blunder by the Jubilee party, intimidation and all that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at all these 3 by-elections that Jubilee Party lost, the blame squarely stops, or rather rests, on the doorstep of the diplomatic wing of the deep state. They might have conducted the campaigns very wrongly. First of all, there was excessive force. And you know, the people, I don't know whether it's intentional or whether it's nature, the people tend to always to rebel against the government. And anytime the government comes out clearly to oppress the people again, or rather to intimidate the voters again, then people can do what we call a protest vote to the government's candidate. And that's what the people did in Juja and also in Bonchari and also in Ruri Ward. So the kind of intimidation that the diplomatic wing of the deep state employed there worked to the disadvantage of the Jubilee's candidate win. And also Jubilee Party identified the wrong candidate. And as I conclude, let me conclude by talking about the 2 components of the deep state. Currently, you know, we are heading towards 2022. And to prove what I'm saying here, ladies and gentlemen, or rather to give it some credence, or rather to substantiate what I'm saying, as I talk right now, there is a cabal of the diplomatic wing of the deep state who are pushing for a Gideon Moi presidency. While we know on the ground that you cannot sell a Gideon Moi presidency on the ground currently, but some cabals are pushing for that. And then if you look at the diplomatic wing, not the diplomatic, the political wing, they are pushing for a Raila Odinga presidency. And we know that currently, if you look at the handshake side, the most popular person on the ground is Raila Amolo Odinga. You can just see how the political wing of the deep state is getting it right, and the diplomatic wing is getting it wrong. And that is why Jubilee Party was given a humiliating defeat in the 3 by-elections, simply because of the blunder by the diplomatic wing. Going forward 2022, let me tell my beloved president that the president do some thorough cleaning. Let this diplomatic wing remain diplomatic. Let them not engage in political activities. They are going to embarrass you most likely in 2022 if you hear what they are saying. Listen more to the political wing. They are very, very accurate, and they know and they can read accurately the mood of the people on the ground. That's the truth, ladies and gentlemen. So let me conclude by saying, I hope I'm not forgetting anything. I'm not forgetting anything. Murade, Rafael Tuju, Amos Kimunya, they had a rough time yesterday. The president's anger was just on them anyway. So let me conclude by saying, if you've bumped on this YouTube channel for the very first time, just as I did mention when we were starting, subscribe and give this video a like. If you are watching us for the very first time and you are outside of Kenya, drop us a comment and let us know from which part of the globe you are also watching us from. And also, if you have not subscribed, tap on the subscription button and also on the notification bell. Otherwise, folks, God bless you. God bless Kenya. I've also pinned my WhatsApp number on the comment section. You may want to have some private chat with me, or even to support this show. Contact me through my WhatsApp number. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Tamu sana, tamu sana.